Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Megan and I've just finished my second year at Durham University studying business and management, and I make lots of videos on lots of different things, but I do a lot of videos on Durham, and I'm just here today to address a little something, a little misconception. I make videos on Durham and I'm quite realistic about my experience. I obviously don't share everything, but if there's something I go through in Durham and I think my experience will help other people, I won't lie about my experience or like not share it because I don't want to be seen as like uncool or that I'm not having the best time ever. Like, I make YouTube videos to help people, so like obviously I don't share everything I go through, but if I think something I go through is something a lot of people could relate to and maybe help them, then I'll share it. I think that's sort of given off the impression that I hate Durham, because I've had a few people say to me, or like on TikTok say to me, or just a few places, some people have said like, oh, you hate Durham, or they're like, oh, I've seen your videos, you really don't look like you're having a good time, and things like that. And it actually really shocks me when people say that, because I say there's one video where I like talk about a more negative experience, but then I do realise I do realistic videos, and when I talk in this video about Durham, I'm just talking about uni in general, like university in general. I do realistic videos, and the reason I do that is because there is a crazy issue with freshers and starting university with these massive false expectations. I appreciate my social circle isn't that wide, but I've never spoken to someone that's not struggled in uni at some point, whether it's just the first night away from their parents, whether they struggled all first year, whether they were fine first and second year then got freaked out in third year. Like, I haven't spoken to someone that's not struggled. And when I posted probably the main video where I talk about more negative things, which was last year of why I nearly dropped out, I cannot tell you how many people, I was so overwhelmed, I can't tell you how many people reached out to me and were like, I went through the exact same thing, it's so nice to see someone talk about it. I know I'm not the only one. I think because I'm more realistic and I show these things, then people think I hate Durham. But I share these things because personally, before going to university, despite having two older brothers and like knowing many people that had been to university, I thought it was going to be the absolute time of my life. I thought I'd make friends on the first day, my best friends for life. I thought you party all the time. I thought that everything was just a breeze. University days are the best days of your life. And I thought it would be like that from the get-go. And I thought that because there is a huge culture that this is true. I'm not dissing other study tubers or Durham YouTubers or university YouTubers. Like, I'm not dissing them at all. But before I went to uni, I rarely saw negative things about uni, or not even negative, just realistic things. All I saw were raving reviews about how amazing it is. And I don't know if I just wasn't looking at the right things, but like, I never heard of people struggling in uni. It's all you ever hear. It's the time of your life. So then when I got to uni and the first term was not the time of my life, I spent a hell of a lot of the time crying about how I was doing uni wrong. I wasn't crying about things that were happening. I wasn't crying about like other people. I was just crying because I couldn't give these raving reviews, and I was so upset so often because I was like, I'm doing uni wrong. I thought I needed to leave, start over. I was like, this cannot be this great thing. But what I learned from the video I posted, what I learned from my brothers after I posted it, what I learned from so many people, everybody gets a little bit wobbly at some point in uni. When I look back on it, I spent so long like ready to leave because I wasn't having this amazing time. But when I think about it, would it be better anywhere else? it wasn't specific to Durham. University is a massive change. You leave home for the first time. Like, I travelled and things without my parents before, but like I never lived away from home. You leave home, you don't have any structure in your life. That's probably the biggest thing I struggled with, was because I was definitely that kid that had like 30 hours of extracurriculars every week. Like, I was in every sport, every club, like I did everything, and then suddenly I'm in uni with no structure. You don't have a close relationship with staff, which you sort of have in school, which help you along quite a bit, but in uni, it's just not really there. You don't know anybody for a start. Like, how are you supposed to, like, the expectation that you make your best friends on the first day of uni is expecting to go on a first date and fall instantly in love off Tinder. It's not realistic. So I know lots of people do fall in love on the first date off Tinder, but personally no. It's not realistic. Like, it's such an unrealistic expectation, and for some people it doesn't work at all, but nobody tells you that. No one says, oh, it might not be for you. It's just expected, everybody does it. And that's such a shame. And that is why I post more realistic content. When I post about like classism or racism or anything like that, I try to give a broad, unbiased view. I don't try to diss it, but I don't try to hype it up, because I would be doing myself an injustice. I would be doing little 18-year-old me who sat in her room crying, thinking they were doing uni wrong, like thinking, like literally I spent so long thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? In first year of uni I had this major complex that I was a complete freak. Like, maybe I am, I'm a little bit insecure, but like I genuinely thought like it is something to do with me, something is not right in my head, like why isn't this working? And if I experienced all that, then came onto YouTube and was like, woohoo, YOLO, what a great time I'm having, what an injustice. Because not that I blame other people that hyped it up, but I would be doing the same thing that was done to me to everyone else, and so many people would go through this like confusion and scariness of like, what's wrong with me? Because honestly, I think most people starting uni will go through that, and I think if they, even if it's just for 10 minutes, thinking like, am I really enjoying it, or am I just like drinking to enjoy it? So for me to come on here and be like, time of my life, I'd be doing an injustice to everybody that watches my videos. It wouldn't be right. So that is why I'm more realistic. But I don't hate Durham. I don't hate uni. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just honest. It's not like I'm lowering your expectations, but to make them more realistic, to make them actual expectations, so that when you do start uni, it can only go up, do you know? Or you feel less alone, because that is a huge thing of people starting uni. You just feel alone, whereas if I'm on here telling you the truth about it, you don't feel as alone. And then another thing I have is with people that say like, oh, it looks like you really hate it, I just assume they haven't watched my videos, because I know that I do sometimes, like maybe I'm a bit miserable talking about it or something like that. But I would say if you want to see me having a great time in uni, check out my vlogs. I'm normally having quite a good time. If you want to see more realistic stuff, check out the videos I post over the summer. They tend to be where I'm like more realistic about it and more honest, annual summary sort of things. But also what I think is why some people get that misconception, and I know that a lot of people that watch my videos like haven't started uni yet and still enjoy my videos, so this obviously isn't everybody, but I feel like one thing I've noticed is people that think I don't like Durham and haven't been to uni, like haven't been yet. And perhaps before you start uni, because there's such a societal expectation that uni's this amazing thing, perhaps before you start you're more reluctant to accept more realistic views, whereas I think people that have already started uni might find solace in what I post and more realistic things. So that's fine. Like, if you've not started uni yet and you think my videos are putting you off, which in no way they shouldn't be doing, but and that's not my intention, but if you think that, that's fine. But then I do know, because I receive messages, I do know there are lots of people out there that haven't started uni yet and do enjoy my videos. So I guess it's just perspective and like how you look at it, because all I ever tried to do is give a clear and honest view, but also, though honest and like giving my own opinion, also unbiased and like not to make it look bad or not to make it look good. But one thing that worries me is I worry, even though I've not posted that many negative videos, like I don't want anybody to get put off going to uni. I wouldn't change my decision to go to Durham at all. I think things people struggle with in one uni, you're probably going to struggle with in any uni. It's not just Durham based, anything I talk about, but I don't want to be putting anybody off going to uni or anything like that. Oh, and also I know I say that like everybody I know has experienced something like this. I'm not saying you're going to go to uni, cry the entire first term and absolutely hate it, then one day something will click and you'll be fine. I'm not saying that at all. Some people go to uni, love the first 2 years, struggle a bit in the third year. Some people go to uni, love the entire thing, have a pop in social life the entire time, but there might just be 1 or 2 nights where they're a bit oof. And if my videos are there for you in that 1 or 2 nights where you can see that somebody else has felt like that at some point, then I'm happy with that. Everyone wobbles a little bit at some point, I think. Like, it's such a big change, and it's not to say, oh, it's horrible, don't go. It's to say, if you're there and you're struggling, this is absolutely normal. There's nothing to feel lonely about. There's other people that feel like this. It's absolutely normal. Don't base your decisions on this little blip or anything like that. That is what I'm trying to put across. Not, don't go to uni, it's horrid, or I hate Durham. I actually don't. Like, you can watch my vlogs, I have a great time. My videos aren't even that negative, so I don't really get it. I think if someone's just seen that one why I nearly dropped out of uni then and didn't watch it to the end where I said I'd had a great time since, then I guess if you just saw the beginning of that, then you'd think I hate uni. But I don't hate it, and I just try to give an unbiased, clear view for everybody, and also try my absolute best to not make people feel alone. There are so many things you go through in life and in uni where you might feel a bit alone. I did a thing about it last year. Loneliness in university is so big. That's why there is a student mental health crisis nationwide. Loneliness is a massive thing, but who sits in uni and admits to their friends at home? Okay, so you're sat in uni and all your other friends from home are sat in their separate unis and you're messaging on Facebook. Who sits there and admits, I'm having a terrible time, I'm so lonely? No one admits that. No one does, like, but it's so common. So you've got 6 people based around the country, every single one of them sitting there feeling alone, but they're looking on Instagram and everyone else in uni is having a banging time, like amazing time, and they're like, why aren't I having fun? Whereas the person on Instagram probably this time last week was feeling exactly the same. Like, it's such a difficult time of life because you're growing up, but like you're becoming an adult, and you are technically an adult, but it's like sort of an in-between phase of like independence. So obviously there would be tricky times in that, and I'm just trying to normalize them, because I think there's so many things that students struggle with, and every time they struggle with them they think they're the only one. And I'm just trying to normalize that, because there is nothing worse when you have a problem if you think you're the only one affected by it, because then you start to think that you're the problem. So that's basically the reason I post these videos. So to sum this up, yeah, uni's not going to be absolutely horrid. I'm not trying to tell you that. Durham is not absolutely horrid. Not trying to tell you that. But if you do find yourself in a position where it's difficult, that is absolutely normal. I would be doing an injustice if I was fake on this channel and hyped it up to heavens above. I think there is enough hyping up on YouTube of different universities and like how amazing it is. I'm just trying to give you more of a realistic view, and I hope you just don't misjudge that for thinking I hate Durham. That's the end of my video. I hope it made sense. I hope this little buddy was like a calming thing in the background for you, and I guess I'll see you in the next video, which will actually I don't know, the next video is either my holiday vlog or my favourite things about Durham, so get ready for some hyping. But yeah, so that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it cleared things up. Please don't get put off going to uni because I've said it's difficult. It's difficult, but you get through it and you survive. It's not life-threateningly difficult. It's just, we just need to be more honest about our experiences, basically, and like normalize struggle in uni, because why wouldn't it be a struggle? And yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!